you have an idea that you want to communicate, but you don't know how to do that, you know that people need what you have, but you don't know how to offer it to them. And the question in your mind is, how do I communicate this? How do I run a coaching business? It's possible you've looked at so many other coaches and you're wondering, how can I do this? Recently, I was discussing with a friend that has a perfect understanding of a particular language, and that language is so much needed in the development sector, but yet she doesn't know how to communicate that to others and monetize as she's communicating that. That's essentially what we call coaching. What it means is that you have an information, and that information is the need in some other people's life, and you're trying to communicate this information to them in exchange for money. I started my coaching business roughly 9 months ago, and what brought it up was because I saw a problem in the medical writing industry, especially for those of us in Africa. I saw that many didn't know about what medical writing has to offer, and even some people who are already there have not come to the level of understanding the field. So what I did was to learn to gather the information, and then through the medium of a coaching program, I now translated this information to those who need it to be able to scale in the field. So that's what coaching is all about. But then the next question is, how? How do I get it done? That's what this short video is all about. Within the next few minutes, I will tell you the basic requirements that you need to start up a coaching program. Not the whole requirement, but these are the minimum. So if you have this in place, then you are good to go. So join me as we run through the basic requirements. So what are the basic requirements for starting a coaching program? What it means is, what are the things you need to have in place before you even start a coaching program? What are the things you need to set up before you even start a coaching program? One is that you need to have sufficient knowledge. No matter the field that you want to coach people on, you mustn't be an expert, mustn't know everything about it, but you need some level of knowledge to be able to effectively communicate. Remember that the people are coming to get value from you. So if you don't have that value to offer, then you end up wasting their time and wasting their resources. So make sure you have sufficient knowledge to communicate, and make sure you also have the skills of communicating that knowledge. So what it means is that you have to sit down and think through and plan how you're going to deliver the knowledge. Are you going to do it in one module? Are you going to have multiple modules? Are you going to use slides, or you just come to the meeting and you just speak? So you have to decide, are you going to use written notes, maybe Google Docs? You have to decide ahead of time how you are to communicate that knowledge to your audience. And remember that you are training adults, so you have to learn adults learning principles. You have to understand how adults learn so that you'll be able to communicate effectively. So that's about sufficient knowledge. Then you need to have a functional laptop and phone. Most trainings now occur online, and even if you're doing it physically, you may have to project on the screen. So these are the things you need to set up. But at least if you're doing an online coaching, you need to have a functional laptop, and you need to have a phone. It's always good to have two devices that can do the same thing in case if one malfunctions. And there must be a working camera. Don't ever run a coaching program with audio only. You must be seen. People must see you anytime you are running a coaching program, because that's how you build credibility, and that's how you build trust. So they have to see your face, by seeing you, they communicate better with you, they connect better with you when you are seen. So make sure that you have that in place. Then you need to have stable power supply, and it shouldn't be that code that in the middle of the program you say, oh, that you want to go and change the power source. No. So if you're in an environment where you know that the power is unstable, like those of us in Africa, then you need to have a backup. And it's better if you're running a coaching program to use that backup that you know that is stable. Your backup can be a generator or solar powered electricity. Then make sure you use a form of power supply that you are in control of. You know that if you're running a 2-hour program, that power source will be on for the 2 hours that you have to run the program. So you need to ensure that as you run any coaching program, then you need to have a premium meeting platform. What I mean by that is that we'll have so many meeting platforms. We'll have Zoom, we'll have Teams, we'll have Google Meet. But sometimes the basic software, the basic packages of these platforms may not give you all that you need as a coach. You may need to record, you may need to have extended periods of meeting, more than 40 minutes, more than 1 hour. Google Meet just gives you free 1 hour. That's on the free version. For Zoom is 40 minutes. So you need to have that platform that you can coach for as long as you want. So that means you have to pay for a premium meeting package so that you have that opportunity. And you also need to record, even if you don't want to share your recordings with others for the purpose of evaluation and audit. I usually record all my coaching programs. I may not share all the recordings with my students, but I record always for the purpose of evaluating. I evaluate each recording after each program to understand how the coaching went through the coaching program went through, and it helps me to improve over time through those recordings. So you need to have a platform that you can record. You need to have a platform that you are in control of the timing. Then you need to have a quiet and safe place. You shouldn't be that coach that during a program, maybe you're coaching your students and children will be running around, or maybe your neighbors are screaming and shouting. So you need to set up a part of your house that you know that within this place, there is less noise. Within this place, there is minimal interruption, because you have to come out as a professional. Even if you are coaching right from your house, you need to have that part of your house that you call your studio, from where you coach your students. And you need to make sure that you coach at the optimal time when you have minimal interruption. You can also buy gadgets that will help you to minimize background noise. Like you can see that I have a microphone here. This minimizes background noise. So I'm not just using it to amplify my voice, I'm also using it to filter out any form of background noise. And if you're using Google Meet, the premium version of Google Meet, it also helps you to filter background noise so that your students will be able to learn in a very quiet environment. Then you need a high-speed internet connection. This cannot be overemphasized, because it will be so hard that you are the host, you are the coach, and midway during the coaching program, the network becomes dysfunctional and you are logged out. So it becomes stressful to you and even to your students. At some point when we started the coaching program, we started with a 4G network, and it helped initially, but over time it became obvious that we couldn't continue with that because we were having a lot of interruptions. And people, when they come in for a program, they're coming there to get value without stress. So you shouldn't stress your students. So try as much as possible to invest in that. It may be quite costly doing it at first, but over time you have the dividends, because if you continue with a dysfunctional network over time, that's even enough to give your your coaching program a bad name and they market it completely, and you may even find out that the program may even collapse if you continue like that. So you need to invest in this, even though it may be quite costly at the beginning, but over time you gain the dividends. So remember the points that we mentioned. You need to have sufficient knowledge. You need to have functional laptop and phone with a working camera. Don't ever coach without a camera. You need to have a stable power supply. You need to have a premium meeting platform. You need a quiet and safe place, and you need a high-speed internet connection. So in our coaching program, these are the things we put in place. We are still progressing, we are still scaling. But so far, with these basic requirements, we'll be able to run the program over a period of 9 months. And if you are interested in building your medical writing skills, we invite you to register for any of our coaching programs. We have both the pre-recorded and the live courses. And even within the live courses, we have different packages. So we are ready to meet you where you are in our programs. So you can subscribe. So you can subscribe to any one of them, and we'll meet you right where you are. Do you know any of your friends who may be interested in launching a coaching program and doesn't know how? Or maybe you are even the one. You have the knowledge, but you don't know how to market that knowledge. You don't know how to translate that knowledge to others, and you don't know how to package it and present to others. Then make sure you share this video with them. And don't also forget to like, to share, and to subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. We'll have so much in stock for you. In this channel, we'll talk about medical writing, we'll talk about health literacy. See you on the next one.
Please subscribe.